just gentle yoga. Leo the cat's hanging out with me today, and we're going to do a chair practice. I'm going to just move my camera a tiny bit back, just so that you can get a better sense of where my legs are in a chair practice. So I'm just sitting on a metal chair. Happy April. I hope that you were able to enjoy March, where we really themed together movements that cleaned out the body, cleaned out some of the energy, just like we clean out the garden beds outside. We got to get rid of all of the stuff that would get in the way of what we want to grow. So now we're into April, and this is a time where I think about planting seeds out there and in here. And this spring, I really want to do an amazing job on myself of growing some things that are going to promote me to be my best self as I navigate some different challenges in my life. So thinking about things like patience and hope and optimism and whatever the opposite of uncertainty is. I live in a place right now with a lot of uncertainty. I think collectively there is uncertainty, and then many of us have personal uncertainty. So I want to really dig a lot of seeds into my heart that represent faith and hope. So that's what I'm growing in my heart. And so I want you to think about this month as you join me for chair yoga or standing yoga or on the floor yoga, what it is that you want to grow this season. Because as we progress through the growing season and we come into August, we'll be harvesting that. And we want to be able to look back and see just exactly where we had the blooms come into our life that we planted way back the second Wednesday or the second day of April, the first Wednesday. So it's also Autism Awareness Month. And if you are Autism Awareness Day. The month of April is the Autism Awareness Month, but today is a very special international recognized day. So if you are blessed with somebody who has that diagnosis, I invite you to celebrate them. I know for me, having my daughter has brought amazing things into my world. So I look for the blessings, and it's a beautiful ride. She reminds me to be simple and present, and we'll just leave it at that. So think about the intention you want to set in your heart today and moving forward into April. Now, I do believe we should have a daily intention that maybe encompasses an overall intention. My intention for my year is to renewal and to make newness out of things in my life. So looking at new ways to do work, new ways to do joyful things, new ways to do business, new ways to foster friendships and relationships. Turning a new page is what I'm working on this year. So the month of April, I'm going to dip into faith and having faith amidst the uncertainty. And that feels a little new to me, because not that I'm a control freak, but I do like to have a plan and control what's going to happen in my life. And I can't do that right now. So I'm just living with a lot of faith. Let's get started. Let's sit in a tall, comfortable seat. My feet are just flat on the floor, and I want you to put a hand on your heart and then drift your eyes down or close and imagine in your beautiful heart that there is this fertile soil, that you have done amazing work last month, clearing out all of the stuff, all of the disappointments, the regrets, the barriers, the what ifs, the frustrations, the yuck. And now your heart is completely clear. It is completely ready. The soil is rich, and it's just waiting for that seed to dip into your heart. Take a breath. Empty the breath. Breathe in one more time. Empty the breath. And then lower your hands. That's where I want you to come back over and over. So what you're going to plant into your heart. Turn your palms away from you. So my hands are down by my side, palms away. I'm going to circle my arms up to the sky. Oh, get a big good morning stretch. Place the palms together and pull that seed into your heart. We're going to do this 3 times. Come down, circle up, take a breath. Bring that seed of faith or hope into your heart. 2 more times. Circle and grab it. There's plenty of it in the world, lots of faith to be had. and pull it into your heart. Whatever your intention is, know that there is plenty for you to borrow from the universe. Grab it and bring faith, hope, love into your heart. Beautiful. Now take your thumbs and you're going to tap that little garden space. I want you to always come back to that place that's the sternum, and just touching it is a reminder of what you're working on. Okay, so we're going to keep the seed. And then what happens when we put a seed in the ground, it doesn't just magnificently grow. It takes a little bit of time. So we're going to watch what a seed does. So my thumb's at my sternum. I'm going to take my seed and I'm going to open it slowly like a little tiny blossom. Then I'm going to reach the seed up towards the sun because that's where it's going to grow. And then I'm going to circle back down. So we're just doing opposite circle directions. Bring your seed to your heart, your seed of your intention. Mine is faith. I'm going to allow faith to open in my world. I'm going to allow faith to grow. And then as I do that, faith will spread. We're going to do it one more time. Bring your seed to your heart, touch it, open your seed like a blossom, grow your seed, scatter your seeds. That's what I love about nature, is it teaches us that. Take your right hand. We're going to start circling it around, smoothing it around. If you joined me last week, the live did not connect again, but I recorded a Tai Chi. It was quite lovely. Two more. This is just getting the heart and the shoulders open. Same arm, opposite directions. I like to say it's like we're stirring a giant cake. Two more. This is really good for the brain, really good for balance. Other arm is going to stir the frosting. Notice that I'm not letting my arm flop. I'm being very intentional as I stir. We got two more. I'm stirring it. Same arm, hold, opposite directions. Opposite directions. Now we're going to add a little brain work to this. Two more. So nice. All right, you're ready? We're going to get the cake going and the frosting going. Cake and frosting. Cake and frosting. Keep going. Keep going. Try not to think about it. We're jumbling up the body's balance system, the brain, the emotional energies that get dominated. One feeling gets overly strong. We're going to even that out. Pause, reverse directions. Reverse directions. Cake and frosting. It's a little bit hard. Now my arms want to go in the same motion, whereas before I was doing opposite. It's a little bit tricky. I haven't done this in a while, so my brain needed a little refresher. Two more. And now hold and lower your arms. Roll your shoulders. Now we're going to come back to that cake and frosting 3 times each direction, and then we're going to pull back to our seed. Here we go. Cake and frosting, cake and frosting, cake and frosting, hold, reverse. Okay, this is really good for the brain. One more and pause. We're going to do it 2 more times. Cake and frosting, cake and frosting. One more, pause, reverse. Cake and frosting. This is also great for building shoulder muscles. Lower. One more time. Cake and frosting, cake and frosting. Here we go. Pause, reverse directions. 2 more. All right, you ready? Lower your arms. Take a breath. Bring your seed to your heart, your intention. Open your seed like a tiny little crack. It grows up towards the sun, breaks through the soil, and then it scatters. We're going to do it 2 more times. Grab your seed, touch your heart. Open your seed. Grow your seed. Scatter your seed. One more. Hold it. Open it. Grow it. And scatter it. Now, I do believe this. As we work on ourselves, and we bring something in, I'll use myself, I bring faith into my life. As it grows through this month and the seed cracks open and faith becomes stronger in my life, and as it grows bigger, I start to spread that. The people around me will be influenced by my unwavering faith, which is the opposite of uncertainty. And so as I build faith, I scatter it, much like a flower scatters her seeds, and then more comes up the next year. Everything that you do for yourself will have a powerful influence on the people around you. That's just truth. Take your legs, and we're going to open them a little bit wider. And we're going to rest down like we're just hanging out. This will give a nice stretch for our back. We're going to take a dragonfly twist, which is beautiful to do on a floor in a traditional practice. In a chair practice, it looks a little different. We're going to reach the right arm to the sky, get a nice big stretch. Take a breath and return the right arm. And let's try the left. Up we go. Big, beautiful stretch. And then lower it one more time each side. Dragonfly. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. We're going to take our hands and just bring them forward just above our toes. So we're just kind of hanging out with the elbows on the knees, but the palms are facing up. That's a gesture of receiving. And as I do that, I'm leaning more forward so that I get a bigger stretch into my back, especially along that very cranky hip. Now I'm going to tighten up my core. I'm not going to press into my legs. I'm going to use my legs and my belly to bring me up. No arms. So let's try that again. So just lower elbows to the legs. Okay, so don't push against to rise up. We're going to engage the back, the belly, and the legs. Push into the floor. Here we go. Inhale, rise. Feel that? Working a little bit of the back body. Let's come back down. Oof. Here we go. Take a breath and rise. Open up your arms really wide like a letter T. We're going to tick-tock over to the right. Right hand is just going to dangle. I don't have blocks today. You could certainly use your blocks. Now reach your left arm as high as you can and then peek your eyes up to it. Come back to a letter T. We're going to do the other side. Drop down, look up. Come back to a letter T. Now we're going to crisscross our arms, give ourselves a giant squeeze. Take your right leg up and over your left like you're wearing a tight skirt. This is called eagle pose. And it really invites us to balance the energy in our body. It also invites us to regulate some of the systems in our body, like blood pressure, by squeezing the legs together, squeezing the elbows together. We're putting a little bit of compression on those vessels. And when we open up, we get freshness through the body. Squeeze a little bit tighter. Give yourself a giant hug. Squeeze your legs. One more breath. And then we're going to open up magnificently. Lift your right knee. And we're just going to hang out here, balancing. So my left leg is down. My right knee is up. And I'm trying not to collapse against the back of my chair. I'm holding my trunk up. Take a breath and then lower it. We're going to do the other side. Opposite arm on the bottom. Left leg comes up and over, and then you'll squeeze those joints. I'm not able to cross my left over my right yet, so I'm just kind of modifying. Always modify. Squeeze the elbows, squeeze the legs together. Squeeze tight, like we're tucking that seed into the soil. I recently planted some peas in my garden, and when I went out to check them, I noticed there was some movement, meaning the squirrels had done their job and moved some around. So I didn't plant them quite deep enough. So squeeze. Ready? One more breath. And then open up wide. Lift your left knee up to the sky. Now I'm going to modify myself by holding onto my left leg because I'm not able to lift it yet. And I'm going to hold here. Try not to collapse through the belly. Lift. If you're able to lift your left leg, both arms are wide. Take a breath and then lower everything. Roll your shoulders. So beautiful. We're going to come to gate pose. It's a familiar one. We do it a lot in chair class because it's really hard to get open hips when we're sitting all the time. Take your right leg, open it up like a gate. It is directly out from my body. Right hand's going to come to the inside of my right leg, and I get this amazing stretch through my groin. I can really feel it. Now you can stay here, or you can straighten the right leg if you want a little deeper stretch that goes down that shin bone. Either way is fine. Left arm goes to the sky. Without collapsing my right ribs, I'm going to reach up and over. Beautiful version of gate. Feel the angles in your body getting a stretch. Left side, right inner leg. Take a breath. Inhale to rise. Let's do the other side. Right leg comes forward. Left opens. Help yourself if you need to. Left arm to the inside and just hang here. Allow the body to get a stretch first. Do you see that white stuff along my deck railing? That's snow. Right arm goes to the sky. Up and over. Feel that? People often think that Colorado is snowy all the time, and it's actually not. We get the most snow here in Colorado on the eastern side of the Front Range. We get most of our snow in March and April. We don't have a lot of snow in the winter months. Come back, we get most of our snow March and April. March was very dry. April is coming in with a bang. We're forecasted to get 8 to 9 inches of snow over the next couple days. We were not supposed to get snow last night. I was going to go fertilize, and then the snow came. Hopefully it'll melt and I can run my little thingy around, my fertilizer around. Get that fertilizer in the soil, right? How do we do that in our heart? How do we fertilize our heart? We do that with gratitude. Gratitude will fertilize your heart. So as we go outside and we lay down the fertilizer on our lawns or in our garden beds, we have to fertilize our hearts. And that is a daily gratitude practice. In order to grow what we want to grow in our heart this spring, we have to fertilize it with gratitude. So as we set our intention and put the seed in our heart, each and every day, your work is to fertilize that seed with gratitude. So as I'm growing faith in my heart this month, I'm going to fill it with fertilizer of gratitude every day for the moments of my day where I did not worry, where I didn't let uncertainty take over my thoughts, where I had examples of faith. Okay, so what you're growing in your heart is fertilized by gratitude. And I would love for you to commit with me to every day finding one or two, bonus for 3, things that you can find grateful that are fertilizing that seed. That's where the magic happens. Roll your shoulders, drop your shoulders. Bring your seed to your heart. Let's embed it in there. Touch your fingers, thumbs to your sternum, and push that seed into your garden. Faith is going to reside in my heart this month. Uncertainty is not going to consume my thoughts. I will have faith. As I tuck that seed into my heart and fertilize it with gratitude, it will begin to open. Join me. As it opens, it begins to grow towards the sun and get bigger. And as I grow faith, I will then scatter faith. Let's add the breath. Here we go. Seed to the heart. Take a breath in. Tuck the seed in. Exhale. Push it down in there. Inhale. Open the seed and grow the seed. Exhale. Spread the seed. See the birds in the shadows back there. Hold the seed. Take a breath. Tuck it in. Exhale. Push. Inhale. Open and grow. Exhale. Scatter the seeds. We're going to do it 2 more times. Inhale. Hold the seed. Exhale. Push the seed. Inhale. Grow the seed. Exhale. Scatter the seed. Now bring the seed a word of your intention. Faith. Inhale. Tuck it in. Exhale. Grow faith. Scatter faith. Return the seed and pause. So beautiful. We're going to finish with a forward fold. I'm just going to turn slightly so that you can see some modifications to a forward fold. I'm going to reach up to the sky and greet the day with gratitude, noticing blue sky, sunshine, and snow on the ground. And exhale, come all the way down to a fold. Now, I'm not able to go much further, so I'm going to rest my hands on my thighs, tuck my chin to my heart, and this is my version of a fold. If you're able to go further, touch your toes, your ankles, the floor. And this is a reminder to surrender the uncertainty, the fear, the doubt, the frustration. Surrender Next inhale, rise. Faith. Do it one more time. Inhale, reach up to the blue sky. Exhale, forward fold, surrender. Tuck your chin, empty. Next inhale, rise. Hand on your heart, your intention, your garden, your goodness. All right, your homework. Figure out what seeds going in your heart for this month, for the season, because we're going to grow it all season. It's not just for April. We're just getting it in there. And then gratitude every single day for an experience, a feeling, a thought, an action that supports that seed. That's your work. All right, beautiful. I will see you next Wednesday, 8:30, right here on a live YouTube yoga class. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.